Yo, what is good, Ninja? OJ over here from Player Essence, and welcome to another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate video. Today, we're going to be taking a look at what Masahiro Sakurai had to say about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and the response from fans, keeping things a secret and not letting all the information out of the bag, and more talk about the future of the franchise. So speaking in his weekly column on Famitsu, here is what Masahiro Sakurai had to say on the matter. The previous installment and the installment before that of Thinking About Games dealt with the topic of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, both of which were written before the game's reveal at E3. As such, this is the first column being published after seeing everybody's responses. The response to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was absolutely incredible, to say the least. I think the release of the game's promo was honestly the first time I'd seen so tremendous a reaction. A great many people were immensely excited and weren't shy about letting us know. Of course, we weren't bothered by that excitement at all. At the time of the announcement, I appeared in the Treehouse Live presentation immediately after the Nintendo Direct. As I was preparing for Treehouse Live, I didn't really have time to see the announcement itself. At the time, however, I could hear the bellowing and cheers from Nintendo's booth far away at import points during the presentation. That felt great. Truth be told, I'm really glad there weren't any leaks. Had any information gotten out, say, if everybody knew about Everyone Is Here, I feel like the reaction wouldn't have been as intense as it has been. And I think that people did a good job of not spoiling it for everybody else, too. I will say that. Now, the rest of the staff and myself have essentially been preparing this for many years. Even now, we're planning carefully and meticulously for when the release day rolls around, and making things like the cinematics for the presentation as well. For instance, I really didn't want all of that careful planning to go to waste because somebody felt the need to boast about all the work they did. The game is immense in scale, so naturally there were a lot of people involved in development that had access to information, such as the publisher. To that end, we very deliberately monitored and controlled the flow of information. Even at Nintendo's booth, we didn't have any printed information that may give away the surprise, and the giant screen we had prepared didn't display anything until the day of the announcement. At any rate, having something like Everyone Is Here concept get leaked was unacceptable. You couldn't even hear the cheers of some event staff members too, as even their information was limited. During the game's production, there were a lot of people, even at Nintendo, that didn't know anything. The game was truly a secret project. So naturally, when the announcement actually happened, I felt a weight lifted off my shoulders. The sole source of my anxiety had finally left. My focus had shifted from my anxieties to that moment. For instance, when characters like Ice Climbers, Pokemon Trainer, and Wolf were revealed, there was an absolute uproar. I feel like, however, that excitement wasn't due to the character's popularity in and of itself per se. Rather, people were only excited because they hadn't appeared in the previous title. I'm sure there are a lot of people who have questions like, what about the next entry in the series? No matter how I think about it, the number of fighters will probably decrease. I can't foresee another title having absolutely everybody appear. Despite the immense reaction we received in response to the Everyone Is Here reveal, we may just have opened the Pandora's box that has messed with the future of the series. If I can be frank, I'm simply not thinking about the next game in the series or anything like that. Instead, I've just been focused on making the best possible game I can now. Honestly, I'm not that young anymore. I can't work at the same level I have been forever. So the important thing is to focus on the now rather than the later. For now, I think I want to focus on what I'm able to do and what I should do. Incidentally, the Super Smash Bros. Announcement was the first video game announcement I had done in a while, and I had a lot of people asking me things like, did you lose weight? Are you feeling okay? And telling me to please take care of yourself. I did end up losing around 13 pounds. In fact, but it was more from me being stressed out than actually being sick. Oh my goodness. So please don't worry about me. For now, development still has a little bit further to go. I've been so busy I don't even have time to play games that much. But as the days go by, I'm still doing my best. So shoutouts to there, shoutouts to the translations and everything there. And I have to say, 100% seriously, like a clap for Sakurai on this one. My dude has lost 13 pounds over the development of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on the Nintendo Switch. And it's a lot of work. I don't think people realize, and I think that's why I kind of get upset when people constantly say it's a port. Because if this was generally just a port, there's no way in heck they'd be making a port for how many years now, you know, since like 2015 when the game's proposal first came in. There's no way you work this hard if you're just taking the same thing and barely adding anything more to it. So it's a little disheartening to see stupid people say those things because it undermines the type of work that Sakurai is doing. You don't lose 13 pounds working on a port. So I do love the fact that Sakurai is being candid and honest about everything. And I feel that this game, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, is honestly going to be the best one in the franchise. I do want to talk about a lot of different things that he said here when it comes to the future of the franchise, how they can't have the everybody is here thing. And I think that that is a very honest thing to say. It's going to be very difficult for them to add in, what, 70 characters or whatever it's going to be, 66 characters at this point, and then have even more. There's no way you can continue that at that pace. No franchise has ever done that. We saw games like Street Fighter go all the way back. We saw games like Killer Instinct go all the way back. We've seen so many games that have the reboots or have the next versions that come out, and they just have nowhere near the amount of characters that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is bringing back to the fray. So I do feel when they do decide to release the next Super Smash Bros. Game, it's going to have a fraction of the characters. It's going to have all the mainstays. It's going to have guys like Mario, you're going to have Zelda, you're going to have Link, you're going to have the originals, but you're not going to have some of the extra ones. I don't think Wolf is going to be a character that carries over, Pichu, characters like that, Pokemon Trainer. I just don't think those are going to be characters that really kind of get into the next ones, but it's good to have this one here with Super Smash Bros. On the Nintendo Switch, to have that game that says everybody is here. And maybe we might even get a fraction or a splinter like we had with Super Smash Bros. Melee. Maybe Super Smash Bros. Melee is going to continue on. I think that's going to continue. Then we'll have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate that people continue to play, and then we'll have the next Super Smash Bros. Game that people continue to play. So no matter what, you're playing Smash Brothers, and I think it would be awesome. Obviously, this is kind of going a little bit off topic, but it would be awesome if they actually added in Super Smash Bros. Melee as a virtual console, so where you can play and the next Smash Bros. Game whenever that comes out, even if it's on the next Switch, but backwards compatibility, so you can play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, you can play Super Smash Bros. Melee, and you can play the next Super Smash Bros. Game all on one device. And I think that would be the ultimate type of goal for Nintendo and just for Smash Bros. Players in general across the world, to be able to play all of those different games anywhere that you want. But shout out to Sakurai, man. I know he's working hard. Sakurai and company still have a lot more to reveal on the game. They've already teased that they're going to be giving more information in terms of characters and modes and all of that as we get closer to launch. And I think that's where people are really going to see some of the bigger differences. If you're like the core consumer out there, if you play Super Smash Brothers, you know the game inside and out, and you went there and played it, or you can just look at it and they talk about the mechanics, you know there's already been a bunch of stuff changed. But I think that Nintendo's really going to start rolling out some of the updates in terms of what they've done to the modes and all of that. We've got a few rumors when it comes to things saying that Smash Run is back in, and also the tour mode is back in. So Smash Run would be awesome because Smash Run is actually good. That Smash Tour, whatever, that's not very good. I'm hoping that if they do bring that back, they actually make some adjustments to where it's not so bad and they actually make it fun. But I'd also like to see, just for like the casual players out there, and just for kind of just to have something to play, obviously the Subspace Emissary, that's always big. People want that back. But I also think like a brand new single player mode, not even having something that's similar to that, but just like a brand new single player mode where you have challenges like the challenge mode that they have, and they kind of intertwine a little bit of a light story in there, maybe some RPG elements, you know, kind of just mix things up just a bit. I think that would be pretty cool for Super Smash Bros. As well. There's a number of avenues and ways that they can go in order to kind of flesh out all of the content, because they really haven't shown us any modes. They've just shown us mechanics and gameplay and kind of how you pick stages and what stages are going to be in there, but they haven't even revealed all of that. So there's still a lot more stuff to talk about, guys. There's still a lot more content they're going to get into, and I think it's going to get very interesting in the next few months here leading up until the release. I know that he was very happy with the reception. There were people that knew about the whole everything is here. I'm not going to say anything more than that, but there were people that knew about that. But the people who did know did a good job of not saying and proclaiming this is what it is, you know, or anything like that. So shout outs to everybody in terms of that. But I'm extremely excited for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I think this is going to be a phenomenal game. I think Sakurai just needs to pull in just a little bit longer. We have December 7th. That's when this game is dropping on the Nintendo Switch, and hopefully he doesn't lose any more weight. I am a little worried about that, but at the same time, I think Sakurai, he knows what he's doing, and I think that he looks great for his age, by the way. He looks really good for his age. But yes, he is getting older, but it's not like he's super old or anything anything like that. So I think that's just him talking kind of like, you know, like, hey guys, I'm not getting any younger, but it's not like he's old or anything like that. There are developers that are older than him that are still working, you know, so I understand what he's trying to say. I get it, but at the same time, I don't think this is his last one. I think he's going to direct the next 2 Super Smash Bros. Games or so. So that's my opinion on the matter. What do you guys think about everything Sakurai had to say here? And what do you guys think about these Super Smash Bros. Ultimate updates? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps to spread the content of players across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes for your YouTube sponsorship. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting Player Essence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you Ninja for the next video. Peace.